Good morning, evening, or afternoon. And in case you've been in the dark or you don't really have an understanding of what's going on of late in Guild Wars 2, because there hasn't been any news, to be quite honest, there hasn't been any news. Guild Wars 2 aren't the best, or ArenaNet aren't the best at giving out news, but they've there's been a development going on involving the betas, and you may have heard this from other people, so if you have, bear with me, because I do have, my own opinion on what's going on and what have you. And basically, they have said that there's going to be an open beta. And we all know this, everybody knows there's going to be an open beta. With most games, there's an open beta. Minecraft, an indie title game, had a beta, an open beta. So we all knew there's going to be a beta of some sort. There might not have been, but we all pretty much knew there was. So what is this new news that has come out? What am I talking about basically? Well, there's been an interview that's happened somewhere in the interwebs, and I don't think it's really important where it is. They'll probably put a link in the description or something like this, if you want to go check that out. But basically, all that's been said is that the closed beta has gone very well, and they're finally sort of stopping the closed beta, and it's coming to an end, and they're happy with it. And this means, from what we knew already, if you were following Guild Wars 2 at all, that after the closed beta, there would be an open beta. So now we know that it's sort of coming to an end, or the closed beta has finished, and everyone's happy that the open beta is imminent for Guild Wars 2. So whether this means next month, in a couple of weeks, tomorrow, no one knows, and I highly doubt it's going to be tomorrow because it's ArenaNet, and ArenaNet aren't that kind with releasing things early. So, but we can hope, and let me know your opinion on this. That's pretty much all there is to say. If the title misled you, or if I put the title in a weird way and you thought that this was the announcement of when the open beta is, no one knows. No one's ever going to know when the open beta is. If we don't even know when the game's coming out, they're not going to tell us when the open beta is going to be, because that would be un-ArenaNet-like, really, wouldn't it? So, but yeah, let me know what you think. Do you want to play the open beta? Because I've heard some people are like, open betas ruin the initial experience of release for the game, and it's like, I don't want to play the open beta because I don't want to ruin that experience of being able to just start my own character and play that same character throughout my whole time in the game, rather than being in the beta and starting the character and it just being deleted by the time the game is out. But I've been in open betas before, and it's never really been an issue for me, because usually with games you have the two sides, don't you? You have like the good or the bad, or basically two factions that you can choose from, and both of them have different zones and areas and different quests, etc. So usually in a beta I would play the opposite one to what I'm thinking of playing when the game comes out. So I get that initial experience of the game, but I don't ruin any of the story, any of the ideas, or any of the content when the game's released, so I can just play through and still be happy. But with Guild Wars 2 it's not going to be like that. You're literally just going to play the game. So obviously we don't know how they're going to do the open beta. I personally hope they do it like beta weekends, like open beta weekends, because that sort of limits the time you have. A lot of people think it might be a week and then a couple of stress test weekends to stress the servers, but who knows, but I do think when the beta's out, the game will release short after. I've dealt with NCSoft titles and ArenaNet games before, and generally they like to release the game after they know it's all good, when it's ready, because after the open beta the game is ready, so it should be released, hopefully after the open beta, soon after. I'm talking like a week or a couple of weeks after the open beta. A lot of people think the game's going to be released like stupidly far into the year, but I think they've caught up in the whole ArenaNet's never going to release the game sort of mentality. But my prediction has always been March. My prediction has always been a March release. Who knows when it is. Bargotta's channel, if you haven't heard of it, go over there and check out Bargotta. I was talking to him on his stream, actually. He live streams, and he was talking to Ruby Bear, who's a Guildcast podcaster. He podcaster on Guildcast, and she had an interesting point. She basically said that the ArenaNet's birthday is on like the 28th of April or something for Guild Wars 1, so it'd be quite fitting to release the game on the 28th of April for Guild Wars 2 because it sort of shares the same birthday, if you like, which I hope not because that's a long way off. But yeah, are you going to play the open beta? When do you think the game's going to come out? And are you excited for the open beta, or do you just want them to, release the game already? But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Tell me what you think about all this news and what have you. Like I say, I'm going to try to find the article or the Reddit page that had all this information. It's quite weird with ArenaNet because they never officially announce anything. They obviously they do because it'd be a bit crappy business if they didn't. But what I mean is they're not marketing this sort of weird announcement of the open beta is coming, because you can imagine like any company would usually say, okay, the open beta is on its way. They don't even need to say when, but they can officially put on like their website or something or put it out there that the open beta is coming, but they don't do it. They know that people are going to pick up on it, like people like me and the media people, if you like the Facebookers, the Twitterers, anyone who's Guild Wars 2 hype, so they don't have to spend any money at all marketing it because we do it all for them with the hype that they've created already, which is quite clever. I'm not gonna, deny the fact that it's not clever. It is very clever, and it makes sense. But if it was more official, I would feel a lot better. But it's all part of the hype. It's all part of the experience, I suppose, with ArenaNet and with Guild Wars 2. So, yep, tell me your opinions on all of this, and will you be playing open beta? And if you are, definitely hop on with me, because I'll definitely be playing open beta. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and this has been Philetic Talks Guild Wars 2, and make sure you do all the stuff that, follow my channel and whatnot, and I'll see you guys next time. Leave a comment below, like, favorite, etc., all that jazz.